What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the man. Thank you for coming back to my videos. Today's video, we're going to talk about from a man's point of view, why I feel like today's marriages are ending and dropping and divorces are popping up like hotcakes. It is literally crazy. It is unprecedented. So I'm gonna talk about that today, coming from a man's point of view, coming from my point of view. All right, before I start, make sure you follow me, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment, and tell me your opinion on what you think, why divorces are happening at such a high rate. The first thing I'm gonna bring up as to why I believe from a man's point of view that marriages are failing like it's a bad habit these days is because people are marrying the looks and they are not marrying the books. Sealz, what are you talking about? That makes absolutely no sense. Well, here I will explain exactly what I mean. Attraction, it seems to be like a face value. They see something and it looks so good, they feel like they need a piece of it. And from a man's point of view, a lot of men do this. They get with women because they look good, and therefore women are doing things to make themselves look better. Artificial enhancement, surgeries, all these other things. And once again, I do not judge on this channel. I cast no judgment on whoever wants to do whatever to themselves. It's not the point of this video. What I'm saying is there are intentions behind the reasons why people do things. And a lot of the reasons are because of enhancing their attraction. But anyway, people are marrying, they're getting in relationships, they are linking up with people because of how they look. But I said people are marrying their looks and not the books, right? So what is books? What are books? When you go to your accountant and you tell them to analyze your books, it's a very almost invasive feeling, right? You're giving up your credentials to this person and you're giving them history, logs, records of all your financials so that they can account your finances. So that when tax season comes, everything will be in order. But the thing about books are, books don't lie. Numbers do not lie. When an accountant goes into your books, they see everything you spend your money on. Everything. The good things, the bad things, investments, lustful things, proud things, embarrassing things. They see it all. The books represent exactly who you are as a financial stance. Your financial personality is put on blast to this accountant because they are looking in your books. So how does this relate to what I'm saying? People are marrying people's appearances and their false attractions, but they are not marrying the books, which means they are not marrying who these people truly are. The things you can't lie about, the things that's inside of you that make you you, the things that you do in the light and the things that you do in the dark. That is your book. And people are not marrying that. So when they get into these relationships and they get into these marriages, they start to figure out the people's books. They start to figure out their wives or their husband's books. And now they realize like, oh, dang, I don't know if I really like this dude. Or, oh man, I think I made a mistake. I'm not sure I like this woman like this. I'm starting to figure out who she is. People are rushing the process of finding a loved one and getting with one, skipping over so many essential, important things. Finding out about your partner, finding out the real of your partner, the books of your partner, and they're only getting with people based on the first thing, which was attraction, the thing that got them, the thing that reeled them in. So now that they figure out this person, they want to get out of this situation. Now these marriages are turning into divorces. And that brings me to my second topic. My second reason why I feel like from a man's point of view, marriages are going crazy in divorce these days. And that is because people are bringing their daily fights of their lives and they're bringing it into their love lives. As a black man, there are so many things that I go through. There are so many different types of fears that other people of different races do not understand. Like seeing a cop and automatically getting nervous for no reason. Or being in my workplace and feeling like I have to work 3 times as hard and be careful 3 times as much as my counterpart who is of another race. These are things I have to go through as a black man. But a problem that a lot of people do, especially black people, is they bring those fights into their love lives. Instead of having their partner, their husband or wife help them in these things, they bring that anger and that frustration and that stress into their marriages, into their relationships, into their love lives. And now we're at home arguing, sometimes not even sure of the reason, but the undertones are the things that this person is going through every single day. Instead of having healthy communication, talking to each other, how can we help each other? I went through this today. I am frustrated today. I feel like giving up today. Baby, how can we come together and find a solution? Baby, what can I do to help myself? Because I don't want to bring frustration into our love life. Because what affects me affects you, and what affects you affects me. We understand that. So when there is no healthy communication and the frustration starts to seep into your relationships and your marriages, divorce, the thought of divorce starts to creep in. Instead of trying to fight together, we're fighting separate fights in a relationship. Totally contradictory, but it happens all the time. And guess what? Boop, another divorce. Healthy communication, y'all. Come on. Another reason why I feel like people are divorcing like crazy these days is because people are not realizing the seriousness of making a promise in your vows. I feel like people say vows in their marriages for play. They don't realize the seriousness of their vows. Are people reading the actual words that they are saying to their fiance during these marriages? Are they really taking into consideration how serious this is? You're making a promise, not only to your wife, not only to your husband, but to God. Your anchor, the anchor in your faith, the author of all. How can you be of faith and not follow through on your promise to your God? I feel like people are not taking the vows seriously. So then you have that, right? But then I make a promise to you, my love. You are my woman, I am your man. I am making a promise to you. Till death do us part. Till death do us part. Like, do people understand how serious that is? This is a forever thing. We are making a total commitment to each other forever. So if you are not ready to make a total commitment, all hands in, all cards in on your commitment to your woman, or your commitment to your man, then don't do it. Because to make a promise like this, to make a vow like this, is not for play. And that's the problem with social media. Social media, you see nothing but marriages and they look so cool. You can tell they are expensive. Like, oh, so-and-so is getting married. Wow, look at the video of this marriage. It looks so amazing. I didn't want to get married, but now I want to get married because their wedding is so beautiful. But guess what? It's not about the wedding. It's not about the party. It's not about what they were wearing. It's not about the food that was there. It's not about the placements on the table. It's not about none of that. It's not about the fireworks or the smoke. None of that. That's all for show. Marriage is about the commitment and the promise that you make between each other. Which leads to my next reason why marriages are divorcing like crazy nowadays, is that divorces are now trendy. Because when everyone sees everyone getting divorced now, everyone sees everyone breaking up in their marriages, they feel like it's not a problem for them to do it now. If everyone else is doing it, why can't I? Now it is a popular thing. And you know how most people are with trends, especially weak-minded people. They are easy to get led by anything that seems popular, attractive, cheap, or right. It seems like people are getting divorced every week now. Celebrities, actors and actresses, everybody. Everything's on show now. Nothing is private. And now people are getting divorced and they don't want to try to make it work. And even if they try to make it work, the other person in the relationship is not trying to make it work because why should I? Why should we? Everyone else is getting divorced. And people we look up to, people we idolize are getting divorced. We should too. And that leads me to my next reason why people are getting divorces now like crazy is because of laziness, lack of effort, and lack of want. People run at the first sign of trouble, the first sign of disagreement. They don't want to make things work. The attention span of today's people is amazingly short, horribly short. If things aren't going right now, they are quick to quit. There's no more want to make it work because who said anything was going to be perfect, especially marriages? And in my opinion, and what I've heard from older people who are married, it is harder today to be married than it was back then because everything is on front court. Everything is public now. You can't have one issue without the world knowing now. It is so hard to keep things private. So a lot of marriages and a lot of people fall to that pressure. But the strongest thing that should be in your relationship is your bond with your significant other, with your husband, your wife. Nothing on the outside should affect that. It should be only you two. What can we do? Forget about the world. What can we do to make this work? It seems like none of that is here now. And once again, the seriousness of your vows and your promises have devalued. It seems like no one wants to make it work now, and it sucks. And my last reason why I feel like marriages are not working, and this comes from directly from a man's point of view, is that men are not men these days. Because believe it or not, a lot of these divorces are because a man quits, which is crazy to me. As a man, I am the pilot of this. I am the head of the table. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this work because you are my woman, you are my queen. And if you have a family, you are the head of a family. Therefore, you have the last say, but if you're the first one to quit, you are not only destroying your marriage, but now you are destroying your family. As a man, how can you quit on your queen? How can you quit on your family? Now, I'm not saying that all divorces are invalid. I'm not saying that, because some get abused, some get mentally abused, some are just not right for each other. I understand that. But as a man, you better do whatever it takes. You better use every ounce of your effort and knowledge and guidance and every tool possibly possible to make things work with your wife and your family. Because otherwise, if you quit on your family and your queen on the first or second reason or try or sign of danger or whatever, you are not a man. Simple as that. And that is my opinion. There are too many men out here acting like little boys. Remember, you were the one that proposed to this woman. You took initiation to start this marriage. So how dare you quit on this marriage without trying? It really sucks, man. I don't see how people cheer on these, oh yes, so-and-so got divorced, city girls up, all this crap. It's funny to laugh at, I guess, but in all seriousness, this is sad, especially with our people. Because a lot of the reasons for today's problems in our society is because families are separated and segregated. So hopefully that changes, man. Hopefully videos like this can help inspire people to just try and do whatever it takes to make your vows work. You know, because I hate seeing marriages split, man. I really do. Besides the obvious horrible reasons, you know, to split that's been done to people, I understand that. But some people are quitting just because they got into an argument. It's crazy out here, all right? So hopefully if you're married, you're doing well in your marriage. All blessings and love and energy to you, and all y'all healthy and happy marriages out there inspire people like me, inspire men like me. So thank you. Keep love first, all right? Peace and blessings. I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.